It's 6:30. I'll call the meeting of the Guilford Select Board to order, please. We're all here. Welcome to everyone here in the room and also online. I wonder what the extra reverb.
That is here.
It's a new projector. All right, let's try that, see how we do. Okay, thank you. Turns out that, just want to acknowledge that two of our select board members are actually have COVID, and that's why Veranda and Michael are online. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. All right, we'll go right through the agenda. We'll start this evening with rules of procedure, a little bit of a change. We're going to start passing some of the responsibilities for the various activities of the meeting to various board members. So, Rusty.
The Select Board has adopted a set of rules and procedures for its operations. They are here and on the chat line. These rules ask that everyone present at the meeting conduct themselves in a civil manner. Additionally, on every chair and in the chat line, there is some basic information, which includes how to contact Select Board members, how to secure a spot during the community comment portion of the meeting, and how to get onto the agenda, how to communicate with the board via mail or email.
Thank you. Let's see. Here we go to the next portion of the agenda, which is welcoming of the public and Veranda.
Yes, here I am. So at the start of each select board meeting, we welcome community members who want to share something of interest with the select board and with the town as a whole. This week, I believe, have Mary Wallace Collins,
Yes.
who, has she arrived?
Yes.
Yes. Well, special thanks to Mary Wallace Collins, who came on her bicycle. And she has something really exciting to share with us. So, Mary, please come and address our people.
You can stand right on the tape there. So
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
High tech.
All right. Look at this. Hi, everyone. I'm actually going to announce Bike Night, which is coming up. It's part of the Rec Commission. And we're going to do it Wednesday, June 15th. I would love to see any and all people come out. It's, geared towards children, but it'll be at the school and there'll be some announcement about that. And I'd like for my husband Chuck to announce what we're doing over at our Springs Farm coming up. So that was the exciting announcement.
Now for the exciting part.
Hi, I'm Chuck Collins. And in discussion with a number of people from the community, we thought we would do a sort of welcome newcomers to Guilford. I guess you could call it kind of like a drinks on the lawn kind of event on Thursday, June 2nd. And now newcomer here is defined, well, we've said anybody who's moved here in the last couple of years during the pandemic, who maybe hasn't met their neighbors, but then anybody who's moved here in the last 20 years who would still like to meet their neighbors, or any old timers who would like to meet their neighbors. So pretty much anyone is invited, 4:30 to 7 on Thursday, June 2nd, and the rain date on June 9th. But I think we've gotten a lot of emails saying that they like this idea, they can't come. So I think we'll just periodically have a sort of welcome newcomers meetup. So that's the idea. Everyone's invited.
Can you
repeat
the time again? 4:30 to 7?
Yeah, 4:30 to 7 o'clock outside the 2nd of June, Thursday, June 2nd. Yeah.
And the 9th is the rain date.
And the rain date.
Got it. Thank you. 49 Carpenter Hill.
Yeah, at the Springs Farm, 49 Carpenter Hill Road.
And where should people park, Chuck?
If you're able to walk up, then park at the Playscape or the library or along. And if you need to drive up, if you can't walk up the driveway, there'll be parking for people who need to get up there that way. So that's kind of how we'll handle parking, because we can't handle all the cars up there. But yeah.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thanks very much. All right. So, Veranda, if I understand, that's the end of the community comment period this evening.
That is the end.
Thank you very much, folks. Are there any changes to the agenda order?
I have none.
Miranda, Michael? No? Okay. All right, thank you. All right, we'll move on then to the approval of the minutes. Section 5 in the agenda. We have a special meeting of May the 5th that we need to approve, and then we'll follow that with a regular meeting of May the 9th. So first, could I have a motion for May the 5th?
I so move.
Thank you.
I'll second.
And Rusty seconds, thank you. All right, is there any comment from the select board? Any? Okay. Let's see. I see Tasha's hand up. We'll get to that in a minute, just a second. Tasha. All right, let's take a vote there on the special meeting approval of those minutes. We'll start with Miranda.
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Richard.
Aye.
And Rusty.
Aye.
All right, thank you. And then let's look at the regular meeting of May the 9th. If we could have a motion for that.
I'll motion this.
I second.
All right, so any discussion at the select board
Yes,
on May the 9th?
yes. Who's editing the minutes? Everybody?
I think we all are. The minutes normally, go ahead.
So I used to edit the minutes when I was chair, and I think that it should be one person who edits the minutes instead of lots of people, because I don't know who's edited, who might have made a mistake in the editing or whatever it is. So I think there should be one
All right,
person
I'll work that out.
assigned.
Yeah, all right,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. I'll take charge of at least figuring that out. All right. All right, so I'll take a vote on those on the regular meeting notes of May the 9th. So we need to admit these boroughs there. Veranda. All right.
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Richard.
Aye.
And Rusty.
Aye.
And Zahn says aye for both of those. I forgot to say that on the first one. All right, both. Zahn
Okay,
says
so I'm
aye.
gonna
All
ask
right.
Tasha to unmute now.
Okay, all right. Tasha, I see your hand. Did you have something you'd like to suggest or say?
Hey, hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Tasha Tillman, Coolidge Road, I just didn't know if it was acceptable or not to make comment on the public commentary section. Comment on the commentary.
Comments on the commentary, on the community comment period?
Correct.
Yes. Let's slip back and, yes, this time
We have
we'll,
to sign up.
yeah. Did you want to address the community, or did you want to make a comment to what you heard?
I wanted to make a comment about what I heard.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, great. I just wanted to say it was so lovely for them to open their home with the idea of welcoming anybody and everybody that's a Guilfordite. This isn't the first time that they've hosted an event on their property. And I know that my kids and lots of kids and adults alike had a blast at the Easter Waking Up the Earth event. And I just think it's so lovely to see people putting themselves out there, being of service to our community, and doing positive work. So I just wanted to see that, and thank you.
Thank you, Tasha. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's great. All right, let's move on to the next portion of the agenda, which is we have 3 topics we need to look at this evening. First is a highway report from Dan.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dan.
Well, we've been doing a lot of ditching over on the Heinsberg Road, getting ready to blacktop it. That's doing shoulder work and doing the actual ditching for drainage, which haven't been done in ages. And it's all the blacktops really need it, and eventually we're gonna hopefully get to do them all. We haven't been doing any grading much because we've got the roads pretty good, but with this hot, humid weather and these heavy downpours, I got some roads that are starting to get potholing, and so we're probably not tomorrow, but Wednesday and Thursday will be great because it's supposed to rain on Friday. Which we'll put some calcium down on them. Today we did our blacktop bid openings. I don't know if that's
on the agenda.
okay. I don't know if you want to do them now or
Well,
get to it, or
yeah, we'll come to it in
Okay.
a little while, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we're just doing our regular routine maintenance, and of course, I got 2 guys out with a backhoe just doing inlets and outlets of culverts, and gonna do the whole town. I mean, just going around, and then we'll be doing some, hopefully in another month, we'll start setting culverts, because I got a lot of culverts to replace, and the prices of culverts have gone through the roof. I mean, it's a good thing I bought my year's supply when I did, because right now, the culverts are triple the amount of what they normally are. And I was just looking at my fuel account. We have money budgeted for fuel, and I'm out of money on fuel. I mean, it's over budgeted already, so. But, I mean,
Yeah, well,
there ain't much we can do. I mean, it is what it is, so. Other than that, that's about it.
thank you, Dan. Thanks very much. All right, next, we have,
He was gonna talk about that too.
okay, next we have a discussion about traffic safety, the Algiers Village and Weatherhead Hollow Road, and maybe you'd like to speak about that?
Well, I haven't, them radar signs that I gotta put up on a US Route 5, I'm not very fond of putting them up on a state highway. The one we have, and we got 2, of course, they have to be a certain size, and I got the permit. I got until, we have until December to get them installed, so that's gonna be my next big project to do, is after we get caught up on some roads, is get them set up and get them going, so. Okay. And I understood, or I actually heard some people wanted some on the Weatherhead Hollow Road.
I don't think that was fun.
Well, anyways, I'm getting a price on 2 more, because people are complaining, because people are speeding down through the hollow section, so.
Yeah, I also heard about, Heinsberg Road as well, so.
Oh, no, we've been working over there today, and I never see the traffic where they come from. We have signs up, cones, and they just still fly
Just still
down
going
through
there.
there. But I will get to them, and it's gonna be quite a process putting them radar signs up. So they got their own poles, and we gotta dig a hole and
Oh, I see.
bury them in concrete, because the solar panels are so big, because they're gonna be solar powered to charge them, so. But we'll get to them, and they're gonna have to just bear with us till we get my other
But
projects
you
done.
said till December, there's a December deadline?
Yes, the permit's only good for a year.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks. Just a timeline there. All right, thank you, Dan,
Yeah.
thanks for that. All right, then next on the agenda, we have an update from the Guilford Volunteer Fire Department, and Jared is here to speak with us about that.
Evening.
Thank you for coming, Jared.
You're very welcome. The station, we're getting back into the swing of things now that spring and COVID's kind of calmed down a little bit. We're getting outside, being a little more active. We've got some projects that we bidded out that we're gonna get done hopefully this year. Our roof, our parking lot's gonna be sprayed and coated. We got some trim work that's gonna be replaced along with the roof project, so that should square up a lot of the exterior stuff. COVID's helping us out with not getting any of our stuff in a timely manner. We've got some equipment. We ordered gear last October, it just got here Monday, with 3 price differences, changes, I mean. We've got, I think we're holding steady right around 24 members. We're doing good, we've got an excellent group down there. We've been doing a fair amount of mutual aid, because other departments are not so lucky, and so we've been traveling, which our group has been doing great. It's, we've been dealing with the Brattleboro and Rescue Inc. Decisions. So we're kind of waiting in a holding pattern to see how that is gonna work out. But other than that, we've been doing great. There was one on the email I got from you, was any questions that I might have for the select board. I guess one, which I don't think you're gonna be able to do much with, is our police response. I was kind of asked by a couple to bring that up. We have been dealing with that. I understand the police, they're in the same boat that we're in, on the volunteer side of things, with lack of people and the lack of help. I know they're down over 40 different positions, I believe. Anyways, we still are responding to things, but the calls that we are supposed to stage away at, we've gone to staging at the station. And because there's a real time gap because of the area that the minimal amount of people are covering, the troopers are covering in the response times, and whether they're coming or not because of new policies that they have to go by. So we're dealing with that as well. I know Sarah Coffey was involved and asked some questions on how she could help on the higher levels. I don't know any suggestions on that, maybe to try to see if we can change things at the state level. Good luck with that, on seeing if the sheriffs could help. I know that they've asked, but I think there's I don't know what you call it, but a tariff or rule or something that they're not allowed to do stuff in Brattleboro because it's a state police territory. So that's all stuff we're still working on. So if you ever hear scuttlebutt and there's any questions, let me know, or if you guys could put in a plus for us, that would be great.
It's great. I will call you and talk with you more about this police response to some of this stuff here. Let's just see if we can figure out some next steps, if there are actions we can take.
Sure.
Yeah. So Sheila?
Jared, could you tell me police response to what? To fires? Or
To
in general in the town?
Mostly medical calls and calls that we need or have had them in the past, like a stage away call, we call like an overdose or something where it's not safe for us to enter the scene. Or if somebody is threatening to harm themselves, we're not gonna run in. We don't have the tools, we don't have the training.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you. Steve, I saw your hands.
Yeah, can we just clarify that the Algiers Fire District has nothing to do with the Guilford Volunteer Fire Department?
Let's just do
And
that.
I just think it's good for the public to know that when we're talking about those two things, it's entirely two separate issues. So what happens with the Algiers Fire District is not a reflection, good or bad, on the Guilford Fire Department.
Very good, Steve. We're gonna be
Thank you.
talking about the Algiers Fire District later. Has nothing to do with the Guilford Volunteer Fire
That's what I
Department.
heard.
Thank you for coming in.
Very well, thanks.
Yeah, so as I've said before, we will continue to have, at every select board meeting, there will be an update from one of our commissions, one of our committees, one of our associated organizations in town. So it's an opportunity for us to learn about what's going on, so that's very helpful. Good. All right. The next part of the agenda is our new business. This means this is material that the select board hasn't dealt with before in a prior meeting. It may be stuff that we've dealt with a long time ago or something, or it may be on an annual basis, things that come up. But right now we're looking at highway paving bids, new business. So I'm going to turn this part of the meeting over to Sheila and Dan. I'm going to turn it over to Dan.
Yes, it's over to me. This year, we're gonna be paving, because of COVID, we didn't pave for 2 years. This year, we have a grant that we got last year from the state, so we're gonna pave all of Heinsberg Road, which is roughly, we're looking at a little over 2.5 miles. Then we're coming back over on this side of town, and I'm gonna do from the old town garage all the way up to Sweets Pond and Green River State Road.
Okay.
And then we're doing the school road from the center road to the school circle. And I asked 4 different companies for paving bids, and we got 3 replies. The cheapest one that was Warner Brothers, or Allstate Asphalt. Warner Brothers, they were the cheapest bid. And their total price for doing all the 3 roads we're gonna do, that's including shoulder work, was $418,374.50. And the other bids were, one of them was $566, and there's another one that was at $438. But Warner Brothers was the lowest one. And that's, I'm suggesting that we go with Warner Brothers.
So it's your recommendation that we go through, yeah, okay.
And they're a good reputable company. I mean, I used to have them years ago. Back then, we always did oil and stone over the years ago, but now the truck traffic's so heavy, the roads they need to be brought back up to shape again.
All right, so as I understand it, then with you coming and presenting this to us, then we need to adopt this or your recommendation.
Yeah.
So the work can move forward.
And when we opened the bids today, there was Sheila, and then Peter was on the other end.
Yeah, so that
There was the three of us plus one representative from one of the companies was here.
okay. You did that today at 1 o'clock.
We did that
Yes,
today,
sir.
about 1:15, I guess.
Okay.
By the time I got here.
Standard procedure. Okay. All right, so I would accept a motion.
I so move.
All right.
I'll second it.
All right, and Rusty seconds it. So the motion is that we approve the recommendation to contract with Warner Brothers for a price of $418,374.50. Is that correct? All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
And if anybody wants to know what the price of mix was, it was 92 something a ton. Versus when we paved 3 years ago, it was $78 a ton. So of course, everything to do with oil.
Prices
Going
are
up.
up. All right. Okay, Tammy, I see your hand is up. Tammy Sargent.
Yes, my question was about the grant. Dan, you said you had a grant for the pavement through the state?
Yes. That was
And I was
roughly
just curious
200,000.
how much of that? Roughly 200,000?
It's roughly 200,000. We have to spend 10% for us to get reimbursed for that grant. So we'll be spending plenty of money because we're doing over 3.5 mile road, so.
Right, yeah, I was just curious how much of it was coming from the town budget versus,
Well, you deduct $200,000 from that, the rest will be out of the town budget.
okay,
In my paving budget, I think the last time I checked, we had almost like, oh God, I'm gonna say close to 600,000 in it.
okay,
And that's not counting my new budget that's gonna be starting in July.
So you're saying, you're confirming that there's plenty of money in the budget to be able to
Yes,
take care of
there's
this?
plenty of money in there.
In the funds.
In the funds,
In the-
yeah.
Voted by the town.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Tammy. All right, it's been moved and seconded. I'll take a vote. Veranda.
Aye.
All right, Michael.
Aye.
Richard.
Yes.
Rusty. Aye. And Zahn says aye. Okay, thank you very kindly. Thank you. Thanks very much for that. All right. Now we'll move on to old business. And the first order of business is for us to adopt the select board's goals for the year. So Brenda, I would turn this over to you. If you have anything else you'd like to add, or we can simply, maybe we should move to do that first. Maybe you should recommend it first, get it on the table, and then we can discuss it if we need to.
Okay, I move that we adopt the 2022-23 goals for the select board as written.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. All right, is there any discussion, Brenda? We did talk about it at the last meeting. I don't know if there's any further discussion that you feel we need to have.
I didn't think so in particular. I'm really glad. I just wanted to underscore how grateful I am to Chuck and Mary Collins for putting into place something that we have, as a select board, have been wanting to do about welcoming newcomers and integrating different sectors of the community to, life here. And so, I mean,
Great.
part of being on the select board is just being one partner to many partners in this community. And so I'm glad that other people share our goals.
That's great. Check. Good. So any comments from the community? Anyone in the room like to say anything? Anyone online? Okay, all right, so we'll take a vote to adopt those. Veranda,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Rusty,
Aye.
and Zahn says aye. Thank you very much. The next portion of the agenda is just to provide a number of updates, quick, very brief updates about business that has come before the select board in the past. I just want to speak first about the ARPA grants, the round of ARPA grants that the select board conducted. We made 9 awards. 7 of those 9 have been paid. Will be, sorry, as Sheila says, will be paid very shortly, I guess.
Yep.
All right. 1 is delayed. Why?
Contract signing
Okay.
properly.
All right, so just compliance issues. And 1 is being reevaluated. We need to look at the nonprofit status of the one nonprofit that we awarded. We discovered that the federal government won't necessarily allow us to award funds to the particular kind of nonprofit that made an application. So we're looking at what possibilities there might be, and we'll come back to the select board with another report about that. I want to then make a comment about the records, the record requests that have come to the select board, conflict of interest. We've talked about these in the past. The records requests have been responded to, and so we're awaiting further activity from further response from the folks to whom we sent responses. So that's just a quick update about that. Nothing's happened in the last couple of weeks about that. I do want to talk about the Algiers Fire District. Number 1, just to give a quick update about that. That's not related to the Guilford Fire Department. The Algiers Fire District is a separate board that deals with water issues. Water and
Utilities.
utilities, thank you. And I want to report that the technical issues for billing and some of the processes that we've sort of run into trouble with of late, those technical issues are now under control, thanks to a volunteer in the community, Dee, who will take care of those issues for the next short while. There will be an annual meeting of the Algiers Fire District in June. That's the plan. And we're waiting for, the third part of this is that we're waiting for the Vermont Housing Finance Authority to supply us with grant application information. There's a question about whether or not the town of Guilford can make that application on behalf of the Algiers Fire District, and we're sorting that through. So we're waiting to hear of that. All right, then we can go to the Playscape, and I'll turn that over to Sheila.
So a couple of meetings ago, Eric and Wendy asked for us to consider, the select board to consider making the path more usable, the loop path. And we went over, Tyler Higley is working to keep it as clean as possible. We asked both Wendy and Leah Gessner to consider how many people might be using it who might be differently abled. Wendy has come back with a response that requires that the select board look at this issue in more detail in terms of both finance and need, and to make it in line with more of what's going on in that neighborhood.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you. And then the propane explorations, we were looking at a community member had offered up the opportunity for us to check with another propane company about the possibility of a different contract, because we are on a month-to-month contract with our current propane provider. The select board had put out bids for an annual contract, and we received back, as I don't think anybody is in the community around the area, we did not get any bids on a propane contract. So we're on a month-to-month basis with our previous provider. However, there was an opportunity for us to look into yet another propane provider, and Sheila will speak to that.
It was, I think it might have I don't remember who suggested this, but it was Propane Dover or Dover Propane. And I've explored their rates on a in comparison to our weekly rates or our monthly rates, and they are consistently higher than what Guilford is paying. So we are not, I mean, I keep watching it, but I don't think that it's merited at this point.
All right, thank you. Well, that's just to keep the community advised about some of the issues that have come up before us.
There's a question.
Okay, that was Steve.
Quick question, John, was the ARPA grant committee involved in the awarding of the grant?
Not in that first round,
Okay,
no.
that's the select board.
Yeah, the select
So
board.
the committee
yes.
will be meeting now.
Right, so the committee's first meeting is on June 1st, and that will start a secondary process for the remainder of the funds, recommending the remainder of the funds. Okay. All right, now for this next portion of the meeting, the select board needs to consider a contract that we may decide to extend for assistance here in the administration for the town. And in order for us to do that, because it's a contract, we are required by state statute to go into executive session. So that's required by, I'll give you the numbers just so you know, and it's Title I, Section 313, subsection 1A. In order to discuss a contract, we're required to go into executive session. So the way we're going to work this is that the select board will just walk out of the room and go into another room, and we'll meet with Veranda and Michael on a Zoom call quickly. And that way we don't have to ask you all to leave and guess that when you might be back and everything, and ask Austin to undo the television and everything. So we'll go in the other room and we'll come back soon.
We need to
And
make a motion.
Oh, yeah, I move,
we need to make the motion according to.
I move that we, that the select board move into executive session according to the statutes that John pointed out.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All right, got Rusty seconded. Thank you. So let's take a vote. Veranda?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Rusty? Aye. Right, and Zon says aye. Okay, so we'll go and do our meeting, and we'll come back as soon as we can. So we've moved out of executive session. It's now 7:09, and I will ask, we're still looking at the agenda item of the related to the contract under old business, and I'll ask Richard to make a motion.
I move that we accept the contract as written.
All right, as recommended by Richard and Michael. Is there a second?
The board members need me to.
Oh, let's let them back in. Here.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
You're in.
Okay, they're in. Hello, Michael and Veranda. So we came back from executive session, and Richard has moved that we accept the contract as recommended.
I'll second.
And Rusty seconds it. Is there any discussion from the board? Okay, is there any comment from the community? All right, thank you very much. So we will now take a vote. Veranda?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
Aye. Richard?
Aye.
Rusty?
Aye.
And Zon says aye. Thank you very much. We have a contract now that we can extend to our dear friend Sheila here. Thank you. All right. Now we'll move on to the next section of the agenda, which is the finance department, and we'll look at the warrants. Are you prepared, Miranda?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I move that we pay the following warrants. Payroll week 5/15/22 for the sum of $5,725.87. Payroll week 5/20, did I say 5/15/22 for the last one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Payroll week 5/22/22 for the sum of $7,810.35. Expense warrant number 2222 for the sum of $90,852.12, and expense warrant FW22 for the sum of $141.50, for a grand total of $104,529.84.
I move that we accept the warrants.
I second. All right, is there any discussion?
Well, the discussion is really that we paid out our first ARPA funds to the community, and that was the giant, the lion's share of it. And also we paid insurance, and those were the main items.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll take a vote now. Veranda,
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Rusty?
Aye.
And Zahn says aye. Thank you very much, Veranda, for that. Is there any other business to come before the select board? All right, thank you. Communications this week.
Yes, we had one communication. I don't know if I need to read it. It was,
No, just
I won't read it, but it was from a Guilford resident who wanted us to be copied on a letter that he had sent to a neighbor about a dog incident.
I see, so we'll just be watching that.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
He wanted the select board to be aware that his letter had gone to his neighbor.
Thank you very much. Can you speak to actions from the previous meeting?
So the two actions are reporting on the Playscape and reporting on investigation into Propane Dover. Both have been completed.
Actions taken this evening?
Actions taken this evening would be approving the asphalt, I can't remember the exact name. It's not Warner Brothers exactly, but it's Allstate Asphalt
We
or
call them
something like
Warner
that.
Brothers.
To
It wasn't
pay-
just-
So philic.
I think it is Warner Brothers. I think that is their
It
name.
was their name, but they are now
Oh, they've changed
subsidiary
it.
of all something.
Oh.
And so I will put it in the minutes exactly what it is, but it's something to do with asphalt. So we awarded that, accepted their bid, and then we've accepted a contract to hire me as your temporary assistant, I would like to underline that,
Yes.
Bill. Temporary assistant town administrator.
Much appreciated. We
Thank
understand
you.
that very, very thoroughly, Sheila. Thank you. All right. Are there actions to be taken? I don't think there were any actions.
We need to examine the Playscape, requests related to the Playscape in more detail.
Okay, so there was the Wendy's,
Yeah.
Wendy's ongoing look at that, yes, okay. And then I also said that it's just my own personal thing, but that I would contact Jared to talk about the police response here in Guilford and if there's any options there for that. That's not major into a select board issue. All right, anything else this evening?
Oh, Don, I
Yes.
felt, it's Veranda. I felt as if we didn't adequately thank Jared and the Guilford Volunteer Fire Department for their work in our community. And I really just wanted the minutes to reflect that, as well as the video, that that we really do value them and we honor their consistency and their dedication.
Absolutely, Veranda, thank you very much. That's completely my oversight, so thank you for bringing it up. Very good, very much a part of the community, much beloved.
I had one more action.
Sheila.
It didn't come out of this meeting, but I just don't want to forget it, and that would be, have you asked Gordon to report on the Rescue Inc. meeting, or Rusty for this?
I was there.
Yeah, let's do it for
Not
next time.
tonight, but-
Okay.
Next time.
Okay.
All right,
I
well,
just thought maybe
yeah, put
get
that
that
on.
on an
Yeah,
agenda.
put that on the agenda for
That might
next
have been
time.
a brisk meeting, was it?
It was mostly about Brattleboro.
I'm sure.
All right. Okay, so that being said, I think we've completed our work this evening.
I move that we adjourn.
Thank you. Is there a second to
I'll
that?
second it.
Rusty. All right, I will take a vote for that. Veranda,
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
All right, Richard.
Aye.
Rusty.
Aye.
Zahn says aye. thank you all very much. It's great to have everyone here. Thanks for coming this evening.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone online. We'll see you another time.